everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you another Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. It's the look obviously that I'm wearing on my face right now. This is the look I've kind of catered for a daytime date, or if you're someone who doesn't wear loads of makeup normally, who wants to wear something a little bit more glam but still really soft, really pretty, really feminine, but still a little bit sexy and a little bit sassy. I've used pink tones on my eyes, cheeks and lips, so it's a really kind of monochromatic look, but I currently love this look. I think it's super pretty and perfect for Valentine's Day or a first date maybe. I really hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so ignore the gross bump that I have on the side of my nose. I have the dreaded lump. So I want my skin to look really flawless but still fresh and youthful and glowing and just pretty and sexy and cute and all of those words that I'm throwing around. So I'm gonna prime my skin with something really brightening. So I'm gonna use my L'Oreal Lumi Magique base, and this is a primer. It's kind of like MAC's Strobe Cream, but it's like a cheaper alternative. It actually feels nicer and smoother. So I feel like this is the kind of look that would be cute for a daytime date on Valentine's Day. This week I'm trying to do looks for kind of all bases, like all occasions. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass All Is Calm Anti-Redness Concealer, and it's a green concealer. Just pat it wherever I need it. I'm not like crazy red, so I'm putting this underneath my foundation rather than on top, but it will just help a little bit. This is definitely hormonal. Tomorrow's the last day of Shark Week, so it'll all be okay. For foundation, I'm going in with an old classic that I used to love. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation, and my shade is 3N. This stuff is really great, and I used to use this all the time, and now I've got a new one. Oh, I just hit the camera, sorry. This is a nice kind of medium buildable coverage, but it's super lightweight on my skin. And for daytime, you do not want to have loads of caked on makeup. You can have full coverage. You want the formulation to look really light, because if you're out in daylight, your makeup on your face is so much more obvious, so you want to be looking pretty fresh. And I'm using a buffing brush because I just really want to work this into my skin. You don't want it to be sat on top of it, you want it to mesh in. Similar concept to my foundation, I want my brows to look pretty natural, so I'm just going to use a powder. Recently I've really been loving going back to how I used to do my brows when I first started filling in my eyebrows and just using MAC's Brun eyeshadow. So I'm going to fill in my brows. Obviously, wear your brows how you like to wear your brows, especially if it's like a first date or Valentine's Day, because obviously your partner is used to seeing you as you. Don't start like doing something crazy and different on Valentine's Day. I'm then just going to set them with my Glossier Boy Brow in brown. Alright, I now have eyebrows. I'm now going to prime my lid. I'm going to use my Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Creme de Nude, and I'm just going to apply this lightly to my eyelid. This is going to help my shadows look more pigmented and also help them stay a little bit longer. Alright, for my eyes, I have a few palettes here that I want to use. I'm actually going to use the New Look eyeshadow palette that I used in my testing New Look makeup, because I really want to use this shade here. But first, I'm actually going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which is one of my all-time favourite palettes. This is beautiful. I'm going to take the shade Nougat. I used to say Nougat and all my friends would take the piss out of me. I am going to use this in my crease. I'm using this as a transition for the transition shade, because I am going to go for some soft pinks on my eye. But the whole look is going to be super soft, super blended, because again, this is a daytime look. I mean, obviously you can wear whatever the hell you want at any time of day, but in my personal preference, I like to wear really soft makeup during the day. I'm now going to take the shade Mousse, and this is going to be my second transition shade, so I'm going to start popping this just into my crease to add some light definition. You want this to be really well blended into the Nougat colour. I think this palette is quite apt as well for Valentine's Day, because when I think of Valentine's Day, I often think of chocolate. Okay, now I'm going in with a really little kind of tapered crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Truffled. which is again a darker brown, and I just want it right in the depth of my socket, and you just want to make sure that's really well blended into both of those shades. For Valentine's Day, I tend to choose a feature and emphasize it. So normally it's either my eyes or my lips. So this look is getting them to subtly look at your eyes because you're using really soft colours. It's the kind of look where your significant other will kind of look at you and will know that there's something different but won't really know what that is to your everyday makeup. That is if you wear eyeshadow every day. If you don't wear eyeshadow every day, they're obviously going to be like, oh, she's wearing eyeshadow. I am now going to go in with this New Look eyeshadow palette, and I am going to take, there isn't a shade name, but it's a beautiful pink with a gold reflex, and it is a stunning rose gold. The only issue with this shadow is it's super dusty, but I'm gonna put this all over my lid. It looks more gold when the light hits it, but then in more dim light it's kind of this really pretty pink. This is such a pretty colour. I'm popping this in the inner corner as well because one of Tim's favourite things that I do is highlight my inner corner. He loves that. I'm actually going to take this shade here from the New Look palette. It's a really pretty rose, and I'm going to run that just over the crease to add a little tiny bit more pink. Buffing out with the Nougat brush. Okay, I'm now going to go back in with this palette and go into Pink Sugar. I'm just going to dampen my brush using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Just packing that on top. That's really pretty. I'm actually, believe it or not, now going back in with that rose gold colour from New Look, and I'm actually going to pack that on top. Those two colours kind of layered upon layered upon layered on top of each other really makes it look like a rose gold sheen. I think they're stunning together, and the pink in the chocolate bar palette just adds that extra sparkle and brings that extra rosiness that the New Look shade doesn't really have. I'm just taking whatever is left and running that under my eye. I'm now going to go back in with the shade Truffled just to make that blend really super seamless. You only want to use a tiny little bit of product here though, because it can overpower. And you don't want it to be really dark. It's not really a smoky eye. I mean, it is technically a smoky eye, but it's a wearable daytime smoky eye. This little brush is actually a dual-ended eyeshadow brush from Eco Tools. So I'm going to take the liner side and I'm going to go in with Cocoa Chili and keeping this really soft rather than using a harsh liner or a black, because I am going to be applying some really light lashes. I'm just going to line my top lash line. This will help your lashes look a bit fuller, and it will also hide the lash band. So that pink shade has a little bit of fallout, so I've just wiped away the excess, and I'm now going to put some concealer on under my eyes. I'm going to use my Bourjois Radiance Reveal Concealer. I'm going to do a couple of dots underneath my eyes because I don't want to look like I'm falling asleep on a first date. I'm then just going to set underneath my eyes using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. As you can see, I got a little bit concealer happy and I covered up the eyeshadow underneath my eye. So I've actually changed my mind and I'm going to go in with the rose shade. I'm just going to lightly buff that on the outer half of my under eye. I'm then going to go in with the rose gold again and pull that under as well. Honestly, you guys, this New Look eyeshadow palette is so nice. It's only £12, but I really am impressed with it. I'm now going to line my waterline. This is the Stila Kajal eyeliner, and this is in the colour Topaz, which is just a liner that kind of matches my skin tone. I want my eyes to look soft and flirty and big, so I've gone for something super light in the waterline. I'm going to apply some Stila Huge Lash Mascara. And you don't want your lashes to look really clumpy, you want them to look long and fluttery and flirty, and you just want them to frame your eyes. You want to put a little bit on your lower lashes as well. Okay, I am going to wear some lashes. You don't have to wear lashes if you don't want to, but these are some really light ones. These are by my friend Rosie on YouTube. They're the Miss Rosie B Flutter Lashes in collaboration with Isla. These say they're delicate and dainty, and they're just really kind of sparse and wispy. so it's nothing too crazy. I'm just going to apply these and I'll be right back. So the lashes are on, they're super duper natural, just giving my eyes a little bit more definition out on the corners, but nothing too insane. I'm now going to use my MAC Studio Fix powder, which is my favourite face powder, and I'm just going to lightly set the rest of my face. I now want to give myself a light bronze, and I want to look glowy and healthy and obviously happy that I'm there. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal Glam Bronze La Terra Face and Body Bronzer, and it's really pretty. It's got like, I don't know if you can see that, it's got pretty patterns in it. I'm just going to put this on the outer perimeter of my face, and I'm just going to warm it up slightly. Now this bronzer has a slight sheen to it. It's not really glitter so much, just more a few kind of illuminating like particles in it rather than shimmer, so it won't look like you've got like glittery makeup on if you go out in the day and you've got like this makeup on. Now I'm gonna really softly contour, and I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown natural bronzer just because I personally feel just that little bit more confident when I have a soft nose contour. So if you've never contoured, or if you don't contour, don't start contouring now. And I'm just gonna really lightly put a little bit under my cheekbone. Okay, I'm gonna go for a pink blush, and this is a blush that I used to wear all the time, and you'll be able to see by how loved it is. This is Well Dressed from MAC. It is like completely battered. I've had this for a long time. I'm just gonna apply this to the apple of my cheek. I love this blush because it has a sheen to it, but it's not shimmery, so it looks like your cheek has this natural kind of flushed glow, and it's a really flattering shade of pink. Obviously on darker skin tones this won't work so well, but something like Blooming from MAC, which is a kind of deeper equivalent, would work just as well for you, because it's one of those colours where it is such a soft shade. If you put that little bit extra on, it doesn't look crazy. Okay, to highlight, I'm actually going to go in, this could be catastrophic, so just bear with me here. I'm going to go in with the rose gold shade and a little fan brush. This is actually a paintbrush. It was from my art kit when I did art A level, but I actually use it to highlight now. How things come around. Okay, I'm happy. Just putting that on the tops of my cheekbones. I'm actually blending this in with the blush because the pink in the eyeshadow is a similar tone to Well Dressed, but when it hits the light it's gold and it just looks so pretty. Okay, onto my lips. I'm going to use my favourite lip liner of all time. That is perfect for a day date, an evening date, a first date, any day. I can't get over that highlight, that's so pretty. This, as you can see, is well loved. It's Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk lip liner. This is so beautiful. I need to buy a new one, but I'm just gonna line my lips. I'm gonna go slightly poutier, like slightly over my lip line, but nothing too crazy. We don't want a Pete Burns situation on Valentine's Day. That's the look. Okay everybody, so here is the finished look. I am so happy with how this makeup has turned out. It is really soft, really feminine, but a little bit special with the glitter on the lid. Something really nice and simple and easy for anyone to recreate. So if you do recreate this look, make sure you tag me on Twitter or Instagram. If you post any photos, I'd really love to see them. I hope you have the best day. All the products I've used are linked down below, so make sure to check out the description box if you're interested in any of these products. I hope you have the best day, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!